Unmute my mic. I got to bring the mic into the building. So now we are ready to stream on YouTube. So if you guys want to continue having a chat, we're going to be talking Big Brother. And I'm going to be doing it on YouTube. Yeah, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram, Peter Prankster, and I'll see it there. All right, guys, switch over to YouTube. The link is in my bio. Came from Instagram. Love that. You love to see it. I'm just testing it out. I'm trying to see YouTube because I know I'd ultimately be like completely restarting. You know, I know I'm going to be like completely restarting all the streaming that I've been doing, but I just feel like, you know, I was seeing Twitch for kind of what it was, and I just feel like I have it's a better platform to start out here on YouTube, and I need to switch everything over to YouTube anyways. And also, it's like we do the winner's circle on YouTube. We do so much stuff through YouTube that I'm just like, why am I on two different platforms? Why am I on two different platforms? You just came from the IG? Ashley, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. I feel like I got to put something in my Discord. You wouldn't say entirely restarting. Yeah, I'm not restarting. But it's like, it's a new platform. So it's, you know, thank you, Bethany, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I gotta put something in my Discord because it's also tough because a lot of people have been, you know, hanging out on Twitch with me for the longest time. And so I don't know. Is it wrong? Because my boy hit me up. I did a test the other day and I was like, and my buddy was like, why are you doing that? All right, so just fired it into my Discord. I actually didn't even, this was like so on a whim. This was so random. Ashley, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Catherine, thank you for subscribing. Melissa, thank you for subscribing. Megan, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all for subscribing. Make sure you guys are subscribing if you're in here. Best golf score ever. The best score that I ever had in golf was best score I ever had in golf. I mean, it's hard to say because it depends on the course. You know, it depends on the course. And if I play like a short course, like, you know, like some of those par 3 courses, I shoot really well because I'm really good with my irons. But if I play like the big courses, I'm usually like, I'm like a 95 golfer, you know, like I'll need like a tee box shot that I mess up. I'll be like, all right. And if I take all my strokes, I'm probably like a 95 golfer. Just subscribed, sending love from Boston. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Mary, Beverly, Jake, Amber, thank you all for subscribing. I appreciate it. I have a Discord. I don't know. See, so I'm learning in here. Like, I have my Nightbot, but I have all that stuff set up for Twitch. So I wonder if I could switch it over. Oh, whoops. I got to log out. So I got to log out and I got to log in with YouTube. So I got to log my Nightbot into let me see if I have any commands. No, I don't have any commands in here. So I would have to add commands. I would have to do all this for YouTube now because usually I was doing it on Twitch. So it's going to be a process. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but I'm trying to figure it out. I need K in here. K is probably my go-to, but I also, K is always on Twitch. And so, do I think Michael should keep Daniel? No. Michael's in such a difficult spot right now. He's in such a difficult situation. Honestly, it sucks to be Michael right now. It sucks to be Michael. Jordan, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hot Zombie Boy. You love to see it. You love to see it. You're watching season 16 right now? Yeah, season 16 is good. Who would I look forward to beating most in an all-winner season? Who would I look forward to beating the most? So who do I want to... Oh, I don't know. I don't know, because it's tough to say that, because there's so many people that I would want to work with and then obviously want to beat, just the competitive side of me. But like, it's like I would want to work with people first. And I feel like some of the people that I would want to beat are the people that I would want to work with. And like, knowing how I am, I'd just ride it to the end and maybe they would take a shot at me. Like, I would love to play the game with like a Dan Giesling, just to pick his brain as to how he processes the game, how he thinks through who needs to go home, how he figures out if he needs to win a comp. Like, I would want to pick his brain so badly, because he just, and I'm not even talking about back from season 10. I'm talking about season 14, Dan, because I didn't really watch season 10 like religiously. I would pick up, like, I would watch things here and there. When I was in Sequester, I would watch season 10, but like, I didn't really heavily get into it, because I was like, I want to watch like Returner season. I watched all of season 14, and Dan is just somebody that like I'm dying to pick his brain. K, I was literally just saying before, I was like, I feel like I need K in here, because I was like, I don't have any Nightbot commands. I don't have anything on here, but I'm trying to see, because K, I was reading an article. Actually, K, I'll talk to you about it outside of this. Because I was reading stuff and I was just like, should I give YouTube a try over Twitch? But I don't know. We'll see. Just subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing, Faith. I appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those bell notifications, because if anything drops on here, this is where I'm trying to get a little more active on YouTube and my personal YouTube. And so I just don't know. Yeah, I have a moderator. She's K. But I just haven't set up a moderator in, and I'm not entirely sure how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to add K as a moderator. All right, so K. K, I just made you a moderator. Let's go. We're in there like somewhere. Excuse me. Have our thoughts on Turner changed at all since the beginning of the season? Yeah, it's so tough, because Turner in the beginning of the season was like, nobody liked him. There was stuff that was coming out about Turner that everybody just kind of immediately jumped on the bandwagon to be like, oh, we don't like this guy. But I mean, he hasn't done anything in the game to make me dislike him. So you subscribe and set notifications on. Let's go, Brendy. Thank you, Mariah. Just subscribed. Love from California. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Kay, I feel like there's so many people from Twitch that are going to be like, wait, what? Cody went live and he's on YouTube? Got to get the sub count up over here. Absolutely. It's all about the sub count over here. And I feel like it's easier because honestly, YouTube is so much easier to subscribe, because it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I was almost at 7K on Twitch. I got to be honest with you, but like, I don't know if like 7,000 subscribers on Twitch is better, or 7,000 followers on Twitch is better, or 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I can't tell. My Twitch streams were elite. Well, I'm trying to get back into the streaming. You guys will find out more about what was going on. And honestly, I felt like I was in such a good routine. And then all of a sudden I went somewhere and I haven't gotten myself back to that like good routine yet, which is so annoying, but we'll figure it out. Subscribe to notifications on in Charleston. Love that, Eileen. Appreciate that. You would say 7K on YouTube, right? 7K subscribers on YouTube over 7K followers on but there were some diehard subscribers like that I've had with me since like the beginning. There were so many people, there were so many subs on there that I had with me from the beginning that were like really supporting me. And so I don't know, like I'm kind of caught in a dilemma. It's like, I don't want to disrespect them because they were with me from like the jump and had subbed to the channel for over a year, which was awesome. Favorite game series you're playing right now or could play over again? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I feel like you'll grow more and faster on YouTube. That's what I was reading. I was reading that YouTube is more like friendly for people that are just starting with the streaming. And although like, yeah, I was on Big Brother, that doesn't help in the streaming aspect. That doesn't help me in the streaming aspect at all. Yeah, I know. Jay Pars, you were there. Kay has been there since day one. That's why, like, even a couple of my friends, like my boy Homero, Tyler, Roddy, like they were there from the beginning. But I just feel like more like Twitch is also like heavy gaming. You know, it's like specifically for that. And YouTube, you can do. I mean, YouTube does have the gaming aspect, which I love. I don't know. I'm just testing things out, and I got to be honest with you. It's at first it wasn't that seamless to go from Twitch to YouTube because I would have to recreate everything. But now everything is it just like switches over. I just have to change some things like the recent subscribers, latest cheer, all that stuff. That's not on. This stuff isn't on YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you post actual videos too, you'd grow a lot too. Yeah, that's the only thing is it's like, oh my God, Antoine, you switched it up on us. I see. LOL, happy hump day. Yo, I love that your name in here is Mookie. I was like, wait, hold on, what? That's amazing. I love that. Antoine's another day one. Antoine came in a little bit later actually, but Antoine's been there for a while. Everyone always seems to love Christy to make me think with your personality you could easily vlog. Yeah, Christy and I have talked about that. Like, I mean, it's just, again, the vlogging stuff is always tough because you always got to have your phone out. We were talking about this when we were in Italy, honestly. If depending on how well it goes, Bromigo, I feel like you always have to have somebody there. And then it's a lot. It's just a lot of content. Shout out to vloggers that do that stuff. It's like it's really intense to actually have to put in the work that needs to be done to have successful vlogs. Like and that's a tough part for me with doing the vlogs is that I just am always I always want to be kind of in the moment and I don't want to have to like pull my phone out and be like, oh, I got to do this, which is why it would be nice to have somebody there. But then you have to hire somebody, which is a pain in the ass. You feel like Xavier and I would be a good duo. I totally agree. I feel like Xavier and I would be a force. I mean, one, because I really like Xavier. Two, he's calm, cool, and collective. And he's very strategic and very like calculated. And I think that him and I would complement each other really, really well. How do I think Julie would do if she played a season of Big Brother? What house guest would be the best replacement for her? Julie can't play Big Brother. Julie can't play Big Brother. So I recently just rewatched season 16 with my daughter, and she laughed so much at you jumping on the chairs when I thought there was a rat in the house. Shout out to my Gigi girl. Yo, shout out to your daughter Gigi. Yeah, that was super interesting. That was super, super interesting. I'm not embarrassed about it, to be 100% honest. I'm not embarrassed about it. But I would react the same way. I mean, I'm super jumpy. I'm super skittish. Like, I always say it. I have this, like, weird phobia where if I'm driving in the car, I feel like there's somebody underneath me. Or there's, like, not somebody. I feel like there's a snake under my seat. I constantly feel like there's a snake under my seat. And it's like, it's really weird. I don't know. It's like this weird thing, and it comes out of nowhere. Like I could see like roadkill on the side of the road, and my mind immediately goes to like, there's a snake under my seat. And then I got to reach, which is like dangerous, to be 100% honest. And so, yeah, what's up, Dustin? How we doing? Are you going to see me on the challenge? So it's tough because I was asked to go on the challenge, and I didn't go on. And so now it just depends, you know. It depends. I should start doing breakdowns of each season of BB. I feel like fans can watch 10 of those a day. Oh, like do a breakdown of different seasons. Like watch a season, break it down. Watch a season, break it down. So one of the first things I thought of when I first started live streaming was doing something like that. And like watching, I don't know how much trouble I'd get in with like copyright, but like I wanted to watch the seasons on here, like go back and watch them live. I couldn't do that. But yeah, breaking down seasons now, it would honestly be wild. You know what season I would love to break down is the initial All-Star season. That season was crazy to me. That season was so fascinating, so fun to watch, and I was just like fully engaged the entire time. Like I maybe I would do that for some of my favorites. Like the All-Star season is my favorite. Cutting the grass at our complex today. It's like unbelievable. The All-Star season is one of my favorites. Season 14, season 12. So All-Stars, I would say All-Stars, 12, 14. Those are like my 3 favorite seasons. Perfect Alliance, Cody, Tyler, Xavier, Angela, Christmas. Specific player focused would be Gas. It would be tough though. You know, because I'm only going based off of the edits that they're giving. Break down my favorite players' games. I mean, some of my favorite players. I love Tyler on season 20. How loud is that right now? Can you hear that? Yeah, I know you can because I can see it. Like, I really like Tyler's game. And when Tyler played the game on season 20, when I was coming back for All-Stars, I was like, oh, I kind of want to, like, take pieces of Tyler's game in with me. And it was like, I loved how Tyler played the first week, you know? Like, I mirrored my first week a lot off of how Tyler played his first week on season 20. And so that was something that, I mean, I just loved about Tyler's game. I loved how Tyler was constantly in the middle. I loved how Tyler was constantly voting in the opposite way of a lot of people that he was talking about and then playing it like he had no idea what happened and almost like pinning it on other people. I thought Tyler was just a great game player. Who else? I mean, there was a lot. Like, I really loved watching Boogie on season 14. The way that Boogie played season 14 was like really interesting to me because he went from being a coach to playing the game, and I thought he played it really well. I just think that he put too much trust in Dan, and Dan wasn't really on his side. Dan respected him, but didn't want to play, like wasn't playing the game with him. He played it with him to a certain extent. And it was tough because Brittany didn't trust Boogie at all. And so Dan was kind of working hand in hand with Brittany. So Dan ultimately could only work with Boogie so much. But it just felt like in Boogie's DRs on season 14, he just was like calling stuff out. And I was like, wow, he sees exactly what's happening. Wow, he picks up on everything that's going on. He just got the game in a crazy sense. Like he just understood the game. And so I really liked watching Boogie on season 14. Tyler and I should have been final 2. Both of you played the best games. Yeah, on that All-Star season, I just couldn't be. There was no way either of us would go to final 2 with each other. Like if Tyler had the opportunity, maybe not when I did it, but then again, Tyler didn't have the relationship with Memphis like I did, but then again, he did have the relationship with Christmas. But I don't know. I don't think Tyler would have went to the end of the game with me. Audio is a little quiet. Are you sure? My Rode mic is like all the way up. It's like almost in the yellow, which I don't really want it to go there. What's going on? You love the glasses? Yeah, they're the blue light glasses. I wanted to get these like a while ago, and then I never did. But now I'm ready to rock. Especially with Britt and Janelle didn't have any interest, yeah. This season, a lot of the cast always guesses the complete wrong thing that's happening. Literally the opposite. Yeah. I didn't edit and switched my name. Let's go, Antoine. But I have a meeting. I'll check back in if I'm still here. Yeah, you would have gotten Tyler out, right, Kay? Like, yeah, I feel that. I feel like it was like I working with Tyler was good to the extent, but I feel like I got to be honest with you, Tyler. I said something to Tyler early in the game. I was like, bro, like I got your back 100%. Like we can run this house together, and he didn't like reciprocate it. And then I said something to him again, like he came up and used my bathroom. Or it might have been, Tyler wasn't a have-not early on in the first week. Like, Tyler came into my bedroom in the first week, and I think maybe he was trying to, like, spark the conversation because he was like, oh, let me use your bathroom, and I was, like, passed out. And maybe he was trying to come in and have a conversation, but even when I said something to him then, it seemed like I was like, does he really want to work with me? And then we obviously were working together, and we were boys. But there was always that, like, I was always nervous because in the beginning when I was, like, fully ready to work with him, it was like, I don't know. I didn't know if it was reciprocated or not. But it ended up working out. We worked together pretty closely. All right. Thank you for all the subs. We have Evan, Mookie, Caitlin, Amber. It was night one. It was the first night. Hate that I'm going to miss the BB chat. Loving Joseph / Taylor. Fomance. Oh, man. I spelled that wrong. You're so over Kyle and Alyssa's showmance. I mean, here's what bothers me about Kyle and Alyssa's showmance. Oh, shit. Fuck. Maybe I could do it on my laptop. Babe, can you bring my laptop, please? All right. The thing that's annoying about Kyle and Alyssa's showmance is that Kyle just flip-flops, like, all the time. And it's like really annoying. It's like, bro, what do you want here? It's like you were trying to set it up so that you and her could have this alliance with like Michael, Brittany, possibly Terrence, right? You're trying to figure this thing out. Then all of a sudden that blows up in your face. It doesn't work out. Then you're all in on the leftovers. Now you don't want to have anything to do with her. It's like, what are you doing? Kyle's starting to get on my nerves with that specifically. Nothing else, honestly, but just that. It's like really annoying. It's like, what are you doing, bro? It was the right move to take him out. It just sucked. Yeah, I agree. I hate it. I love Tyler. What's up, Cody? I used to be on your Twitch chat a lot. Bored college kid, but I don't really use Twitch that much. Am I swapping to YouTube? Yeah, so Evan, I think I'm going to... so I'm thinking that I might be making a switch over to YouTube, but I'm thinking I will. I'm thinking I will. Do I think the bestie twist will end this week because jury starts after? I'm really hoping it does, to be 100% honest. I'm like over it. The bestie twist is like annoying because like, all right, so we're at this point. Like Kyle's going to join. How many teams of 3 are left? So the only team of 2 is Michael and Brittany. So there's Michael, Brittany. Then there's Taylor, Indy, and Alyssa. Then there's Monty. Okay, so Taylor, Indy, Alyssa. Monty, Joseph, Terrence. Turner, Jasmine. Okay. Then Brittany, Daniel, Brittany and Michael, and then Daniel will go home and Kyle will have to pick. So it's like, yeah, I would love to see it be done. I would love to see it be done. I was honestly, my guess when the bestie twist all came to was that it would be done once they got to jury. That's what I was guessing. I don't know anything about it, but I'm hoping that it is done by jury because like I don't want to see this thing carry on anymore. Because I also really want to see them take shots. And like, well, here's the thing, right? I feel like if the bestie twist continues, then you're going to see the leftovers cannibalize themselves. Because, and it'll make people more like inclined to do it because you won't have to deal with it. You'll play it behind the scenes and then you can figure it out on eviction night, right? Because you can make it seem like, say you put up like we saw it almost happen this week with Monty. Like we had Monty, Terrence, and Joseph up, and Monty was starting to formulate as like the target, and it could have been a big blindside on the eviction night. If the bestie twist is gone, what's going to happen is people are going to have to put them up as a backdoor. And if you're in the Leftovers Alliance and you're the HOH and you put somebody up, it'll ultimately be letting them know like, uh-oh, are the leftovers turning on me? Or it should give them the inkling like, oh, the leftovers have turned on me. Now I'm screwed. So I would almost rather the bestie twist stay for the reason being that I think the leftovers will start cannibalizing each other. Because one, I mean, we see that Taylor wants Terrence out, right? I feel like nobody's really looking at Jasmine. I feel like Joseph will want Alyssa. Ow. 22 was my first feed season, and I remember a lot of it well. Had my two favorite players ever, you and Tyler. Had Enzo, funniest player. Oh, yeah. It was a good season. You feel like David would have done better in BB23? Yeah, it's because David would have been in the cookout. And they ran the game. They dominated. I'm mainly on YouTube so I can be more active here. Love that, Evan. You love to see it. And the feeds were much more entertaining than the show because there was the alliance always going at each other behind the scenes. I went over the cat. I hope it stays one more week. Michael, Brittany, Turner, Jasmine are the only pairs. Kyle said he'd join Alyssa, Indy, and Taylor. Why would he do that? That's interesting to me. I can't wait to hear his reasoning for that. If Michael was smart, he would have took Monty out this week because Michael will be the first one out of the alliance. So that's hard to say, right? Because one, they're going to start thinking about it. But if Michael, so what you're saying is if Michael took Monty out, it would have made him less of a target. But I feel like Michael not taking out Monty may mask, okay, we know Michael's winning. We don't want him to go to the end, but we can't target him because he stayed faithful. He stayed loyal to us. We need the numbers. If Michael would have targeted Monty, it would have turned Joseph on him. It would have turned Turner on him. And like everybody in the house is going to come to the realization that Michael has won way too many competitions to be sitting next to him at the end of the game. Because it's like he's won 5 competitions in 5 weeks. He has 5 competition wins in 5 weeks. There's not, like, nobody's going to do that. I agree with you 100%, K. If Michael would have taken out Monty, it would have made him the #1 target in the house. And what we're hearing right now is that a lot of people are viewing Monty as a huge threat, which is, Tiffany had a great take on this, and it's 100% the truth. I say it all the time. It's like you look at a guy, and a guy that has a stature of Monty, or like even like anybody that's an athletic build, like it's like I was viewed as a comp beast, and it was like in the beginning I didn't win any comps. Like Monty's won 1 comp, Michael's won 5. Who's the beast? Michael is. But like people are still viewing Monty as a beast, and it's so insane to me because Monty's won 1 competition. But anyway, that's why he has to keep Monty in the game, because right now he is being masked by Monty. People think Monty is more of a threat than Michael because Michael also has done a pretty good job of, cleaning up, making everybody feel included in every decision he makes when he's going. And this HOH week, Michael did a phenomenal job of making everybody feel like he was making the decision that the house wanted, what the house wanted to do. The only problem was he was telling too many people that he would remove it. Thanks, babe. I actually forgot what I was going to be doing on it. Oh, I remember. Oh, shit, I had something to do with the winner's circle, but now I forget. Monty and Joseph are already looked at as big targets. Let someone else take that shot. And somebody else will, Kay. And somebody else will. And that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. Like, Michael didn't need to take the shot. It would have made Michael, it would have been like, Michael has 5 comp wins and evicted Monty, who the whole house is viewing as a threat. That would have literally painted the biggest target onto Michael's back for the rest of the game. And he couldn't have possibly won enough competitions to have kept himself safe, to keep himself safe. So I don't think it was the right play at all for Michael to target Monty. They should bring back Paloma to create more drama. No. You think it was the right move to get Monty? Yeah. They should bring back. Oh yeah, I said it. I think Joseph is playing too hard. Joseph talks too much. So I said this. I said this in the recap. I really love the game that Joseph is playing. I think he is brilliant. I think he is very intelligent. But he is telling everybody to directly the strategy. Like, he's very direct when he's telling the strategy, and not like, okay, what do you guys think? Do you think we should do this? And then let somebody else talk. And then as you're like putting stuff out to them, just regurgitating and reiterating what they're saying. So it's like, oh, I came up with this idea, when really it's like you planted the seed. They then let it, like, in the conversation, it grew a little bit so that you feel like you're coming to the decision together when it's really just you. Joseph is literally telling people, like, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. And although his reasoning is 100% correct, he's 100% correct in it, it's not always the best way to do it, because then as the game starts dwindling down, people may end up being like, okay, Joseph has too much strategy. Joseph been doing all this, and so I don't know that we should let him get any further in the game, and it may end up causing Joseph to get backdoored. I would hate to see it, because Joseph is my favorite one in the house for like a million different reasons. Like, he's just a really likable person. He's extremely intelligent. I love how he plays the game, and he like understand. And he came to the house to play. Like, he came into this house. He was an alternate, got the opportunity, which was amazing, and he came into the house, and he's seizing that opportunity. I think he's going to be really well received outside of the house. I think he's going to play really well in the game, and so he's going to be respected. And I think a lot of people are just going to really like him when he comes out. I do think it's smart for Michael to try and solidify something with the others outside of leftovers. I agree. Like Alyssa for numbers, like a Final Four with Kyle, but I don't know who else he could get on his side. The problem that Michael ran into this week is Michael was playing both sides, and once he didn't stick to it, like, you know, he was kind of playing it up to Alyssa. He was kind of playing it up to Jasmine. He was playing it up to Terrence. He was playing it up to Daniel. And then once he didn't stick to it, it kind of burns those bridges. So he should have been more so along the lines of like, everybody really wants Daniel out, so I don't want to waver from that. And as people were talking to him, be like, yeah, I could see that. But like, he should have just kept like veering people back to Daniel instead of like opening the conversation with everybody else, which quite frankly, I feel like Michael let Kyle get into his head a little bit. And I think Kyle like got to Michael and got Michael a little bit nervous. So I think the wall comp's coming up. It could be, Kay. Honestly, it could be the wall comp, because we're getting into jury, and it could be like, who wants to guarantee that they're not the first person in jury? Because I'm sure on Thursday, Julie's going to congratulate everybody for making it to jury. And then it's going to be like, okay, this competition is going to keep you from being that first person in jury. Because honestly, nobody wants to be the first one to jury. Nobody wants to be the first one to jury. Like, second to jury? Okay. First person to jury? No bueno. No bueno. Rumor has it it's the wall comp this week. What do you mean rumor has it? Who rumored that other than the people in the house that guess it? And I remember when we were in there, we were guessing wall comp like every week. We guess wall comp every single week. We were like, it's the wall. It's the wall. It's the wall. And honestly, so on the All-Star season, I don't know about season 23, but on the All-Star season, this week is when it was the wall. Week 6. The week 6 HOH was the wall, because it was Danny that won it, and that was right after Bailey went home. And Bailey was the last person pre-jury, which will be the next person that's going home. And so let's be honest. You think they're pushing the wall off because of Jasmine? Jasmine is not winning the wall competition. Like, that's just not happening. She's not winning it. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to push it off just so that Jasmine can, you know. Maybe they could give her like a sticky boot so she doesn't slide. But then again, it's like everybody wears shoes, so put her in a boot. Put her in a boot. I'm watching the live on my TV, but then have to go comment on my phone, and then my phone is ahead a little bit. That's so funny. It's so weird for me because I can't write in here. Like, I can't write in this chat on my Streamlabs. So I have to have it open on my browser, which is like weird. You know what I mean? I'll take Jasmine as a first juror. I can't deal with anyone of her DRs. I'd rather her nails on a chalkboard. I'd rather hear nails on a chalkboard than listen to her. Yeah. At first, Jasmine was like funny, you know, like her at first her DRs were like kind of funny, and then it was like even when she says what's up to Julie, she's like, Julie, you look better than butter on a biscuit. I'm like, at first I was like, oh my God, that was funny. And then all of a sudden after 5 weeks, I'm like, all right, I'm over it. You know what I mean? I'm just over it. Christy says it feels rehearsed. Do we agree? Do we disagree? Do you think there is a possibility that production is waiting for a group of 3 or more to go on the block for a double eviction? So they're not waiting for it. So what Big Brother doesn't do is Big Brother doesn't. That's really annoying. What big I thought I had him right here. What the F? What the F? Hold on. Stand by. Yeah, that works. Okay. So what Big Brother won't do is try to plan based off of what's happening on the show. Like, they won't, like, okay, well, we're going to do a double eviction. We're going to wait. They have their double eviction date set before they go into the house, before the house gets into the house. Like, they know when that's happening. So, no, I don't think they will do that. Danny was so hard. She was so hard to like because she was petty, but you ended up loving her. I love Danny. I think she's awesome. She was hard that week that she won the HOH because I was like, you're trying to do too much. And I didn't want her to target Tyler because, like, I didn't feel that the committee imploding then would have been beneficial for me. I feel like it would have made me end up getting targeted, like, soon. And honestly, I knew Ian was going to be somebody that was going to win competitions, and it was only a matter of time. So I was like, please, can we just get Ian out before he starts running through comps and then just dominates all of us, which is what he did on season 14. So I was like, let's go. It's got to be Ian. Jasmine has to go. That girl's DRs are the worst ever. Nails on a chalkboard is too far. Nails on a chalkboard is really difficult. That is so. You know, the thing is like nails on a chalkboard. This is going to be gross, but it's like nails on a chalkboard. I think of it's like your nail screeching. And what if your nail ripped off? That happened to me when I was younger. My nail was ripped off. So maybe that's why I think of that, which is gross, but I don't know why. I'm sorry I shared that. You cried when Ian got evicted. You love Ian. Yeah, Ian's just great. You should do the doubles like. Again, this was my first season watching Big Brother Canada, and so I loved the. Did you change your shorts? You did. I loved the Big Brother Canada triple eviction, or double eviction. It wasn't a triple eviction. The double eviction where 3 people on the block, 2 people go. I loved that, but I also like, you know. On our Big Brother, it's because they add competition. So in a double eviction, it's like high energy, emotions are flying all over the place, and you actually have different opportunities to save yourself. So I really liked the Big Brother Canada one, so don't get me wrong, but I would rather the Big Brother US style. The doubles are planned before the season, correct. You would have actually been pissed at me if I would have let Ty go home that week. Oh yeah. No, like I'm telling you right now, I I did not want Tyler going home that week at all. One, I really got along with Tyler, and Tyler, Enzo, and I were really starting to get that that trio together. And what was the threesome called between Tyler, Enzo, and I?
Can't remember.
What, J Pars? What was the threesome between Tyler, Enzo, and I?
I only remember the wise guys.
No.
Because that was on the
Yeah.
main show.
Yeah. Well, they asked me about the alliance between Tyler, Enzo, and I was like, I don't know how much this is gonna go. Triple threat. That's what it was. TT, baby. TT. Triple threat.
Okay,
I really.
said it at the end.
Yeah, I loved the triple threat was great. I really wish the triple threat would have formed earlier, because that would have been my focal point. Like, my focal point would have been the triple threat, obviously, because like Tyler and Enzo were my guys. But the thing that really made the triple threat nerve-wracking for me was the week that Christmas. It was the week that Enzo was the HOH and Tyler was doing the stuff with Davon and Danny, or it might have been Bailey and Danny. It was like Tyler was thinking that Danny was planting seeds to get us to target Davon or Bailey, and Tyler like went nuts with it and then brought it to Davon, and then Davon thought that, oh, okay, Danny's doing this to me. And then Bailey confronted Davon after the one HOH and was like, why are you telling people this? Why did you tell people this? And I was like, why did Tyler do that? That was the one thing that made me be like, oh, I don't know. Tyler just did the most. And it involved me. So it involved me. So I was like, why would you do that? Like, you put me in a bad situation, because now, like, I had to play damage control with Davon. I had to play damage control with Bailey and be like, well, I don't know. I didn't really fully hear that. And it was like, and I was in a really good position with Danny. And then Davon had a conversation with Danny, and Danny found out that I knew that this stuff had happened. And then it put me in a bad situation with Danny. And so I was really pissed off at that. That was the week where I was like, Tyler really like bothered me, and I was like, why would he do that? And that's where I was like, I like the triple threat, but he pulled that this season, and I forgive, but I don't forget. And so that's why I was never like fully invested in the triple threat. That was kind of long-winded, but that was the truth. That's the truth. That was what my thought process was as to like when I got asked in the DR, they're like, how serious are you about the triple threat? I was like, I don't know, as serious as when Tyler's HOH, because you guys saw what happened that one week. I was scrambling. I was all over the place that week, that 5th week when Christmas was HOH. So these aren't like glasses. These are just blue light glasses. I don't wear contacts. But these are, yes, the glasses are new, but they're not like prescription. I'm very lucky. Yeah, it would have, well, so it worked out. So I agree. Wish TT would have started sooner and been a dominant alliance, which we would have. We would have been beasts. Tyler's a beast. What are you laughing at?
It was just funny. I mean, obviously you won, so you could like say that you would have. But that's when we would have been best.
Yeah, we would have dominated. But then again, if we were in the triple threat like way earlier, I would have literally grabbed Tyler by his beautiful, lovely locks and been like, you better not go out there and fucking say anything to anybody. Yeah, I remember looking into the camera and telling Paulie to get shirts. I feel like it was so late in the game when triple threat formed. It was like, whose HOH was it on? I want to say it was my HOH in the 8th week. That's what I think it was. It was my HOH in the 3rd week. It was super interesting, but there was just so much going on with that. There was just so much going on. You wanted one, damn it. I love that. Ow. I wonder if there's a delay on this stream.
Probably just a little bit.
I watched a Big Brother What Ifs video a few months back. The person claimed that if Enzo voted out Nicole in that trip or Tyler goes on to win the season, thoughts? Who? So if Enzo votes out Nicole, Tyler goes on to win the season. So I wouldn't be competing. So I would have won the next HOH. Enzo would have voted out. Tyler would have voted out Nicole. Tyler would have voted out Nicole. No. Because Tyler would have voted out Nicole, and then I won the next HOH. I won the next HOH and the veto, and I still would have put Nicole and Christmas up. And you would have still had Memphis, me. It would have been Memphis, me. So the only difference would have been, instead of Nicole, it would have been David, right? So it would have been David, me. It would have been David, Memphis, Christmas, Tyler, Enzo, me. So that would have been the 6. I would have still dominated that HOH. I would have still dominated that veto because nobody was even close in the time. And I would have still targeted Tyler because it would have been Christmas and Tyler on the block. David would have been off the block. Memphis would have been off the block. Enzo would have been off the block. And that would have been like, we're sending Tyler home. Because like Memphis was all in on sending Tyler home because Tyler was a beast. So Tyler would end up going home the next week. Now, would that have made me, would I have won? I don't know. That I don't know. That's where it's hard to say. Because it's like, I don't know. It's so hard to say. How is Paulie? What has he been up to? Paulie's doing good. He's working. He has a couple of businesses that he's doing. He has like, he manages people in the 10 management. He does like the events. We're actually going to be doing an event in the fall, him and I, in New Jersey, which I'm super excited about. If anybody's in the area. Would I have sent Tyler home after losing Nicole? Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I would have been in a really tough spot, right? So, like, my situation with there would have been like, I wouldn't have expected Christmas to really be that close to me. But if Enzo would have sent Nicole home, I would have, like, really hammered. I would have been like, Enzo and Tyler? I'm like, you guys are just going to fucking do me like that? It's so hard to play this what if because I was so tight with Enzo. And which is why, like, Enzo would talk a lot, but always, like, Enzo and I were always, like, just the most loyal to each other. He was the only person that every aspect of the game was shared to. I shared everything with Enzo. Yo, Susie, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Make sure you turn on those bell notifications on YouTube. And so it's so hard to say this, but like, yeah, I think I would have still targeted, like, what would I have targeted? David? I don't think I would have targeted David. But again, it's impossible to say. Like, it's a fun what ifs, you know? It's a fun what if, but I could just tell also, like, when I won HOH that week and Tyler came up into the room, it was so clear cut that Tyler was the one that came up with the plan to try to backdoor Nicole. I tried to get everybody on board because, like, when Christmas was talking to me, Christmas was like mentioning that stuff happened super quick and it all was like kind of going down. And Christmas was definitely on board, but Christmas wasn't like the catalyst to going after Nicole. And it was obvious by the way that Tyler was talking to me. I was like, dude, you're the catalyst of how this happened. So I know that you were thinking about it. You wanted it to happen and you didn't involve me and we talked. So I was like, that's interesting to me. That's super interesting. And so now it would have been like Tyler playing against Memphis and I. Enzo would have just flip-flopped, you know, because Enzo would have been like, bro, I didn't know. And I would have been like, all right, Enzo, it's all good. Don't worry about it. And I would have still ended up going after Tyler that week. I do feel like I still would have went after him. What was I most excited for after winning? The title, money, or to see my family? Definitely to get home and see Christy and my family. I couldn't wait to see Christy again. No, it was definitely to get home and be with Christy and my family. That was the hardest part. That was just a really difficult experience. Because I was going through a lot before I went in the house, which I've never really, like, talked about fully. But there was just a lot of stuff. And then obviously you guys saw my grandfather pass. And so that was like weighing on me in the house. You know, being away from Christy was weighing on me in the house, being away from my family. It was like a different thing. It was like, you know, the outside was going through COVID. And it's just like you just never knew what was happening. It was a winning in the money is great, but getting back to my family was just the best part. Queen Christy. You need that title of BB winner. You need a bat. Oh, it's not funny. Yo, wait. Evan, what was that BB what ifs? Oh, hold up, guys. I got to post on Instagram. Tiffany's YouTube video is live. So I got to post that on the winner circle. Oh, shit. I didn't download it from my email. All right, stand by. Give me a second here. Posting. New episode. Oops. What? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. That's why. Okay, Tiffany's video is going up at 3 o'clock. That's going to be my bad. Where do Christy and I, babe, where do you want to travel to next? We want to go to a beach, to an island.
Yeah.
What island are we thinking?
Oh my god, one of those giant bugs is out the window. The red guys.
Hold on, is there one inside of our window?
What? Don't even say that to me.
No, inside of the screen, outside of our window. Yeah, there's a stink bug right there. Left, up, left corner.
Oh my god, you think they're friends? Look at them both.
Are they both on the inside of the screen?
No, the red one's on the outside.
You're gonna have to kill this stink bug, babe. Dakota, what's happening?
They're buggies. You want to get them?
You should watch. I think I can watch that on here.
He's got to protect us from the...
Damn, he's got a lot of subs. Where's the video on Comp Beasts? Oh, he's got the best Survivor and Big Brother players. Wow, he's got a lot of videos. This is a lot of videos. These are really cool thumbnails. I gotta be honest with you. Does he do like voiceovers?
Your advertising budget is wasted.
This is outrageous. Where are the buff men who come in to take the outcasts away? Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerated in previous seasons. You dress like that, they put you on the block right away. No house meeting, no nothing. Pageant queens, we have a special block for queens. You are strong, independent, right on the block. You are smiling too big, right on the block, right away. Talking too much, block. Not much, block. Leaning against the pool table a type of way too many times, you are right on the block. You undereat slop. Believe it or not, block. You overeat Lay's, also block. Undereats, overeats. You don't accept the invitation to an alliance you were never invited to in the first place. Believe it or not, block. Right away. We have the best all-girls alliances in the world because of the block. Who died and made them HOH? Dictators and block stars. Internet. My name is Perdium and welcome. And yes, on the number. It is exactly where Casey most. Kaser made a deal to keep Eric, Cappy safe.
How does he get this content? That's pretty cool. Those are really cool videos. I like him. I like that. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Bora Bora. Maldives. Where's that? Where's Maldives? Where is it on a map? Oh, those. Oh, is that like the huts? How about what's like off the coast of Florida? It's like close. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Let's see here. Top 23. Marco Islands. Oh, no, that's Marco Island in Florida. No, I don't want... Let's see. Islands, East Coast. This isn't right. I gotta look at a map. Here we go. Oh, we go to the Caribbean. This is not a good one. Come on, give me like a map here. This is a pain in the butt. None of these maps work. I want like a map that I could like zoom in on. This just isn't it. This isn't it. It's not working. It's not working. It's not in my favor right now. It's always smart to reach out and try to get their permission first. I know Dan does that. And if like you just ask if you can watch their stuff a lot of the times, that's forever. No need to ask again. The best competition in Big Brother are top 5 greatest male competitors. That's what it's called? Yeah, I couldn't find it, and there were just a lot of videos. I'll have to look for it and then roll with it again. But listen, I gotta hop off. I'm actually super thankful for everybody that was in here and was chatting it up with me and keeping this going for the last hour. I gotta run by like 3:15, but oh my God, I was looking at the video over to the right. Thank you for sticking it out here with me. I'm most likely going to be back on YouTube. Maybe we'll come back mañana to cover what has gone on now leading into. We'll do like a lead into the live eviction. And so maybe we'll do that back here on YouTube. So make sure if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Let's get it Kay, I'm super pumped that you figured this out. I gotta like tell Denise and some of the other people that are always in, like Amanda and so many the Twitch. I tried to put it in Discord for if anybody saw. Oh, I was supposed to put at everyone. Shoot. All right. I'm out, fam. See you guys in the next one.